Hey there, how's it going? So I'm on a KodeKloud environment here, and what I want to do is basically solve some issues or some replica sets task or issues. So I've got 16 questions here that I need to answer or provide solution to. So the questions is on the left side and the right side is a terminal where I can uh, provide a solution to each of the questions. So the time given is I think 58 minutes or 1 hour, but I should be able to complete it before 1 hour. So this is mainly about replica sets. So replica sets is in Kubernetes allow a pod to be created once the pod has been evicted from the Kubernetes environment. So the replica set will spin up another pod to replace the pod that got evicted. So it could be some issues or something happened and that pod got deleted. So the replica set will create another pod to replace that pod. So I don't want to go into much detail. So if you know Kubernetes, you probably know what replica set is. But let's focus on solving these questions. So the first question here is um, to find out how many pods exist on the system. So um, it has to be the current namespace, which is the default namespace. So to find out how many pods exist, what you need to do is type a kube control command get pods. So that should show you the number of pods in the system. As you can see here, it says no resources found in default namespace. So that means 0. So I'll click this and that is correct. So the next question says how many replica sets exist on the system in the current default namespace. So you need to run kube control or kubectl get replica sets. So 0 again. So check that. That is correct. So the next question says, how about now? How many replica sets do you see? We just made a few changes. So let's check again. I'll just hit up arrow key to go back to the previous command, which is kube control get replica sets. Now, what do we get? So if you see this shows there is one replica set. The number you're seeing here is basically the number of pods that the replica set created. So the answer is 1. Let's check. Correct. So the next question says how many pods are desired in the new replica sets. As you can see here, it says desired is 4. So we click 4. That's correct. So the next question is what is the image used to create the pod in the new replica set? This replica set, I believe is this one. So to check the image used to create the pod, what I can do is describe the replica set. So to do that, I'll use kube control describe replica set, the name of the replica set, which is this. So the image used to create the port in the replica set is, so the image here is busybox 777. So I will select this. That is correct. So the next question is how many ports are ready in the new replica set? I think we saw that earlier. So if I say kubecontrol gets replica set, so it said 0 ready replica set. So this is 0. And I think I made a mistake earlier when I say there are 4 running pods. No, here it just says the current pod. So let's go to the next question. Why do you think the pods are not ready? Good question. So what I'll do is I'll go and check the pod by typing kubecontrol get pods. So these are 4 pods, right? So as you can see here, 0 ready out of 1 pod for this one. So I will check this pod, and then what I will do is I'll try and describe it. Kubecontrol describe pods, pod name. So from here, I should be able to see the reason why the pod is not ready. Ready is false. So if you go down here, it says held to pull image busybox 777 failed to resolve reference the registry. Here it says pull access denied. Repository does not exist or may require authorization. So from the options here, the image busybox 777 doesn't exist. So as you can see here, one of the reasons could be the repository does not exist. And from my experience, I think busybox 777 isn't an image, but if you say busybox, that could be an image, but 777. This looks like a good choice. I don't think any of these are the correct answers. Apart from this should be the right one. So let's go for that. So the reason is because the repository or image doesn't exist. The next task is to delete one of the 4 pods directly using kubecontrol delete command. So if you want to delete a pod, let me get the code first. All you need to do is kubecontrol delete pod, then the pod name. So I'll just copy one of these pods and paste it here. So that should delete it, but I think because replica set purpose is to recreate the pod. If you get the pod again, you will see that another pod has been created immediately. A Kubernetes cluster detects that a pod is missing. So now, if I say done, I've deleted that pod. And how many pods exist now? So what you need to do is get the pod after you deleted the previous one. You can see there are 4 pods. So I'll go for 4, which is correct. So the next question is, why are there still 4 pods even after you deleted one? As I said earlier, the replica set ensure that desired number of pods always run. So this should be the right answer. That is correct. Next task, create a replica set using replica set definition 1.yaml file located at root directory. There is an issue with the file, so try to fix it. So if I use pwd, I'm currently in the root directory. So let me list the file in the directory. So there is a replica set definition 1.yaml file. So what I'll do is open this file. And then, so if I look line by line, so the first thing I notice is API version parameter has v1, or API version feed has v1, which is not supposed to be the case for replica set. For replica set, you need to use apps forward slash v1. So this could be the issue. So what I would do is add apps forward slash v1. So everything else looks okay. So I will save the file. And so what we do now is kube get replica sets. So the replica set 1 doesn't exist yet. So I'm going to use the replica set definition 1.yaml file to create that replica set. So to do that, we'll use kube create f for file, then the file name, which is the replica set definition 1.yaml. So that has been created. If I get the replica set again, I can see the replica set 1 has been created. So I will check this as done. So next task is to fix the issue in the replica set definition 2.yaml file and create a replica set using it. So the file is located at root directory. What I need to do is check replica set definition to the YAML file and see what the issue is. So API version parameter is correct, kind is correct, metadata replica sets. The metadata name is replica set 2, spec. I check the spec. The selector match label here is front end. And if I check the templates, you can see the metadata labels is nginx, which is not correct. So the label should match what is in the selector, right? So what I'll do is correct this match label. So I'll change this to nginx and save that. So if I check the existing replica sets, there are currently 2 replica sets, and I've fixed the issue in replica set definition to the YAML file, hopefully. So what we do now is create a new replica set based on that file. Kubectl create replica set definition to the YAML. So hopefully that works. Right, so it says this directory doesn't exist. So where am I now? In working directory. I'm in the root directory. So okay, I see my mistake. That's the YAML, not the YAML. So now if I run get replica set, I should see replica set 2. finally it's been created. So I'll check this, move on to the next task. So the next task is to delete the two newly created replica sets, replica set 1 and replica set 2. So to do that, I will run KodeKloud delete replica set. So I'll say copy replica set 1 and try to copy replica set 2. Let me see if we delete. Okay, so it basically deletes those two replica sets. So what I'll do is get the replica set again. Now I have only one replica set, so I will mark this as done and move on to the next task. So what this question is asking us is to fix the issue with the image for the pod the new replica set was creating. Earlier you can see there was issue with pulling the image from the repository. It says the repository doesn't exist or the image doesn't exist. So what we need to do is fix that issue. So now to do that, there is a file called replica set, new replica set .yaml file. So what we do is edit this file. So scroll to where the image is specified in the containers page. You can see image here, which is basic box 777. So the correct image is basic box, right? So what we do is update this file with the correct image. Save. Now that has been done, what I want to do is run a command, control. I'm not going to use create, I'm going to use apply F. The file name is the new replica set.yaml file. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, let me get the replica set and hopefully things has been corrected. Okay, let me get for control get. But as you see here, it says 0 ready. So I'm assuming there's the issue there. So what we do is delete all of these replica sets. So in order to do that, I would say control delete the file that was used to create the replica set, which is this one. It's been deleted. Control get pod. Now we should have 0 pod. Right? There's no source found in the default namespace. So the next thing I will do is we create the replica set. Control create replica set. Now let's get the pod. So it's currently creating the container. Let me check again. Now it says the status is running compared to the previous status, which is image pull back off because of that error. Now the status is running. So I will mark this as done. Now to the next stage. Use kubectl scale command to edit the replica set using kubectl edit replica sets. So what I want to do is use kubectl scale to scale the replica set. we need to scale the replica set to 5 pods. It's currently running 4 pods. So I'll use kubectl scale. Replica set equal to 5. And then the file name is, hopefully that's the right command. New replica set, replica sets. Think of, let me use kubectl scale help. So kubectl scale replicas. Okay, replicas. Let's try again. So instead of replica set, I'll use replicas by scaled. Now let me say kubectl get replica sets, or you can say rs. So now there are 5 replica sets, which is good. So the last task is to scale the replica set down to 2 pods. So I will use the same command to scale it down to 2 pods instead of 5, from 5 to 2. So now let's get the replica sets. So there are now 2 pods. So mark this as done. Hooray, that is now completed. So I think apart from the first question, the rest of the questions are about replica sets. I know from this lab, you've probably learned one of 2 commands, replica set command that you can use in your day-to-day work on replica sets. Or if you're still learning about replica sets or Kubernetes, some of these commands may be useful for you. Yep, that is the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and leave a comment. Have a lovely day and goodbye.